What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to my channel only if you want to. But look, my beautiful people, we had these 10 wild animals that saved human lives. Let's hop straight into this video. Let's get it.
To be avoided, as they can be amazingly unpredictable and dangerous if they feel threatened. Today, however, we're focusing on all the good they can do with a breakdown of 10 wild animals that saved human lives. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all of our latest and most exciting content. Lions foil kidnapping. When a girl was kidnapped in Ethiopia, her attackers decided to take her where they thought was totally out of sight. They held her for a week and were intent on marrying her to one of the men in the group. They also beat and assaulted her viciously, showing no signs of remorse. They were forced to let the girl go, however, when a pride of lions showed up out of the blue and chased the men off. They then circled the girl, protecting her from any further harm for a full day and a half before the police finally found her, bruised but thankfully still alive. The lions let the girl limp over to the police without bothering her at all, and simply walked away when they saw that she was safe. We're hoping they chased down her attackers and gave them a taste of their own medicine, just for good.
Hey, that's crazy though, bro. I ain't never heard of no story like that. That's insane, man. Like, lions, bro, they would probably ate my black ass. Like, I'll be like, that's crazy.
Sea lions prevent suicide. The Golden Gate Bridge has long been a hotspot for people trying to commit suicide by jumping off of it, and most of the people who take the plunge don't survive once they hit the water. Kevin Hines, a troubled 19-year-old, would have lost his life for sure when he jumped from the bridge in September of 2006. But a surprise visitor wasn't going to let that happen on their watch. When Kevin hit the water, he immediately broke his back and shattered his vertebrae into countless pieces with the force of the impact. That being so, he wasn't able to do much but wait to drown while in excruciating pain.
Yeah, I know what that is. Like you jump off something, like, bro, you might as well jump off you a building or something, because it's going to be like almost the same thing. Well, no, you're going to splatter on the ground. I ain't going to lie to you. You hit that water, though, you are going to break bones, though. I think people get the misconception, like,
It just begun to sink below the surface when he felt something brush against his legs, and before he knew what was happening, he was pushed back to the surface by a sea lion who refused to let his head go under. It kept this up until authorities were able to reach him and pull him out of the water, allowing his savior to swim off with the satisfaction of a job well done.
Wow.
Beavers save freezing kid.
That's a way to live, like after that animal right there, after that sea lion saved your life, bro, put that hard work in, bro, like that should be a sign, bro. Your life is worth living. There's no need to like try to commit suicide, stuff like that. That's crazy, man. Live, you got something to live for.
When camping, he
That's
never
rare.
expected that he'd finish the trip
Blessed.
in a fight for his life with an unexpected new friend to help him find the will to survive. His parents went out fishing on the lake, but after a short period of time, he watched in horror as the boat capsized, trapping them underneath as it slowly sank to the bottom. They weren't able to make it back to shore and drowned right in front of him. Not knowing what else to do, the boy tore back towards town as fast as he could to get help. He didn't make it all that far before the sun set and darkness fell. It became too cold for the child, who was already exhausted from running at top speed for so long. As he became too cold to move, sure he was going to die, he felt something press up against him. He had no idea what it was and lost consciousness before he could check, awakening in the morning to find that a group of beavers had encircled him entirely while he slept, keeping him alive while the temperature dropped well below freezing. Elephant protects child. An 8-year-old...
That's crazy, bro. Like, you got beaver booty on you the whole night, bro. But I appreciate this beaver booty because it's going to keep me warm through the night, bro. Like, that's crazy. Animals, man, are very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Girl found herself in dire straits when she was caught unawares by the 2004 tsunami in Thailand. She had no way of escaping the sudden torrent of water and was almost swept away, never to be seen again. When an elephant running past her managed to stop just long enough to pick her up with its trunk and deposit her on its back. It then ran to higher ground, keeping her away from the violent rush of water and making sure she didn't fall off at any point. When it was hit with a large wave, it even turned to brace her from being hit, saving her life in epic fashion.
Wow.
The elephant was able to make it to safety with the girl still placed on its back, and her parents were overjoyed when they saw the pair running towards them. Talk
Wow.
about a close call. Dolphins fight off shark.
That's crazy.
A surfer in Monterey, California, was left fighting hopelessly for his life when a massive great white shark emerged from the depths out of nowhere, attacking him with absolutely no remorse. It had swum around him again and again to bite him 3 times and had already sliced him to the bone on his leg and back. He would have been a goner if it wasn't for a chance encounter with a pod of dolphins.
God damn. You see that joint behind him? Hell no. See, look, that's why I don't be messing with the water and stuff, bro. Like, I don't want to be at the mercy of some creature in the water and I'm in his domain. Like, come on, land, so I can give you these goddamn hands real quick. You feel me?
Who recognized the fact that he was in distress and in need of serious help. The dolphins surrounded the man while simultaneously fighting off the shark, pushing the surfer back to shore slowly but surely. They took off when the man was safely back on shore and he was immediately rushed to the hospital, barely getting out of his ordeal alive. Dolphins save fishermen. Dolphins really seem to have a soft spot for humans, and they've saved plenty of people in the past. Another person who was saved by a soft-hearted group of dolphins had found himself in serious trouble when he went out fishing for the day in Puerto Rico. He had gone offshore to fish for tuna, but a surprise squall capsized the guy's boat and left him struggling to survive by clinging to a piece of styrofoam, which was the only thing that didn't sink around him. He held on all day, but was near the end of his rope by the time the sun set, and he was sure he wasn't going to make it back to shore. He couldn't move the styrofoam at all on his own, and he was being swept out to sea when a large pod of dolphins appeared just in time. They pushed him all the way to shore and dropped him off at a beach, barely alive,
Hey, dolphins
but
are the
thankful
GOAT.
that he had a group of new friends to look out for him.
That don't even make sense. I said dolphins are the GOAT. But still, you know what I'm talking about, though. They the bad of the sea. You feel me? But at the same time, that's crazy, man. Like, dolphins will save you from sharks, all of that, man. Dolphins kill sharks, too, at the same time.
Brave seal battles shark. Seals are usually food for sharks and ordinarily stand no chance against the fierce predators at the top of the oceanic food chain. There's at least one seal, however, who decided enough was enough and took the fight straight to the sharks, winning above all odds. This all went down off the coast of Cape Town when a tourist was attacked by a shark, ending up unable to help himself after his leg was torn into pieces. Another 2 people watching from shore had begun to swim out to rescue him, unable to sit idly by while he was attacked. They were all in trouble until a...
Hold on. People? Yeah, people come from? Like, look. I am like, I got that stuff in my blood, but I don't know if that juice in my blood is just enough of me to jump in the water and save you. Look, anywhere else, like, you know, we gotta do something, bro. I'm all with it, but jump in the water and save you, that's different. You might, bro, you dead. I'm just gonna let, with me around, like, I'm not jumping in the water. I'm okay with watching you, like go through what you're going through, because I didn't decide to go in there. That's not my business. That's not my domain. You feel me?
seal appeared out of nowhere and began circling the 3 men, fending off the shark each time it tried to attack one of them. It stuck around until the shark finally left the area, allowing the rescuers to reach the attack victim and get him back to shore. Friendly bear beats down mountain lion. An elderly man had been watching a family of bears while giving them plenty of space when he was pounced upon by a mountain lion who had been stalking him unseen. It landed on his back, and the guy grabbed the first weapon.
Look how they put the big lion behind him. A mountain lion is not the same thing. Let's not make it seem like he got jumped on by a big-ass lion. It was a little mountain lion. You could have fought that thing back, though.
He could, trying to hit the large cat with a hammer. He wasn't able to loose the cat, however, and he was sure it would tear him apart until he saw the mother bear charge the 2 of them. Right before it reached the man, it stopped and batted the cat off of him, getting in between the 2. The animals then had it out for about 15 seconds before the cat was forced to limp back into the woods. The bear, its job done, then walked back to its cubs and wandered away, content that the hiker was safe from further harm. Sea turtle raft. When a 62-year-old woman found herself in the water and struggling to stay afloat after her boat had suddenly flipped over, she was left stranded at sea with no land in sight when a sea turtle surfaced close to her. Not wasting any time, the woman swam over, and the turtle allowed her to climb on its back, swimming her closer to land, where the Philippine Navy found her and pulled her to safety.
Oh, that's
Their official
crazy.
records show that the turtle had carried her for 2 days, refusing to dive or eat during that entire time, and even allowed the boat to approach so that she could be hoisted up without drowning. The crew who rescued her had been sure she was floating on an oil drum, until said drum began swimming around their boat 3 times before diving below the waves. Dolphins to the rescue.
That's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, these animals are way more intelligent than we think, bro. That's insane, man. And you gotta think some of these turtles be like hundreds of years old, man. Like, they done been around, bro. They done been through what we know. Some bullshit. They probably get discriminated on in the ocean, but they just mind their business, be floating and shit, dude. You know, chilling.
A woman sailing on the Indian Ocean had a stroke of bad luck when her boat exploded and immediately sank, leaving her with no hope of survival. She definitely would have died, except for the fact that a pod of dolphins found her struggling to remain above water and decided to help her out. One of the 3 dolphins swam underneath her so that she could hold on to its body as it raced her to safety, while the other 2 circled the pair and fended off shark attacks. The dolphins took her over 200 miles during their trip until they finally found a buoy marking a shipping lane that she could cling to. They remained close until a ship finally passed by and she was able to wave it down for a rescue. And that's the 10 wild animals that's...
I'm telling you, they be knowing, man. That's insane, bro. These animals be knowing. They're very intelligent, man. Like, just because we think that we're the most knowledgeable creatures on this planet, we might not be at the end of the day, man. We're polluting this earth. But at the same time, man, we're going to have to find somewhere to live if we don't turn into cyborgs in the next, like, 50, 60 years and keep upgrading and stuff. I feel like they had that technology for us. I don't even know how we got on here. Y'all know I be rambling. I end up talking about some crazy stuff, bro. Like, it is what it is, though. We're going to do that in the live video tonight when I drop. At the same time, like I always say, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you in the next video. I'm going live tonight, so hopefully y'all tune in. Have your notifications on. And I'm out, though. Love y'all.
I'ma give them time to fold up. Shit, I'ma flex on her when I roll up. Shit, from the toes up. When it comes to my drip, it's different.